welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about Whitney Bates after one of her ordinary Instagram stories unexpectedly became the center of a much bigger conversation. What started as a simple family update quickly took a different turn after Erin became part of the story, leading followers to revisit old questions that many thought had already faded away. As the discussion spread across online forums, Carlin Stewart's name was suddenly pulled into the mix, and before long, even Katie Clark found herself becoming part of the growing speculation. So how did one routine Instagram story from Whitney end up fueling so many different theories? In this video, we're breaking down the posts that started it all, the reactions that followed, and why one small social media moment continues to generate so much discussion. Let's take a closer look. Whitney Bates began the day by sharing the kind of content her followers have come to expect. She posted a glimpse of Zach Bates making breakfast on the griddle before the family settled into their homeschooling routine. Alongside the video, Whitney wrote, "Breakfast on the griddle this morning before we started school," adding a smiling face, a fried egg, and a coffee cup emoji. A short time later, she shared the finished meal, breakfast tacos, and gave them an enthusiastic review by calling them a perfect 10 out of 10. It was a relaxed snapshot of everyday family life. Nothing unusual, nothing controversial, and certainly nothing that suggested the conversation was about to take an unexpected turn. A little later, Whitney uploaded another story that immediately shifted the focus. This time, she showed a package that had just arrived in the mail. She appeared genuinely excited as she opened it and shared her reaction with followers. Across the story, she wrote, "Such a fun package to get in the mail," before adding another message saying, "Love seeing all the amazing products you've created and so excited for these." Inside the package were several skincare products from Erin's product line. Whitney did not provide a detailed review or explain each item. Instead, she simply shared her excitement and showed support for Erin's growing business. That simple gesture might have ended there, but it didn't. Erin soon reposted Whitney's story to her own Instagram account. Rather than adding a lengthy explanation or using the opportunity to promote her products further, Erin responded with just 4 simple words, "Love you." It was a short, friendly message that could easily have passed unnoticed. Instead, it quickly became the most discussed part of the entire exchange. Followers began paying attention not because of what was said, but because of who was saying it and what some people believed it could mean. Before long, screenshots of both stories found their way onto online discussion forums, where the conversation quickly picked up speed. One thread opened with a direct question asking whether Erin and Whitney had made up. From there, the discussion expanded almost immediately. Some participants believed the interaction stood out from what they had seen in recent years, while others encouraged everyone to avoid jumping to conclusions. With every new comment, more theories appeared, and what had started as a simple Instagram exchange gradually turned into a much larger debate about family relationships. Some commenters believed Whitney's public support for Erin's skincare products, followed by Erin's warm response, represented more than a routine interaction between relatives. They pointed back to years of speculation that followed Erin's departure from Bates' sister's boutique. Although no member of the family has ever publicly confirmed there was a disagreement, those rumors have continued to circulate online for years. For people who already believed there had been distance between family members, this exchange felt different enough to catch their attention. Even many of those making the connection admitted there has never been any official confirmation of either a falling out or a reconciliation. Not everyone shared that interpretation. Other forum users questioned whether people were reading far too much into one Instagram story and one short reply. Some suggested the timing was more closely connected to business than personal relationships. Since Erin recently launched her skincare products, they believed it was natural for relatives with large social media audiences to help introduce the brand to more people. A few commenters even speculated that stronger public support from family members could benefit the business in ways that traditional advertising might not. However, those ideas remained entirely speculative, with no evidence presented to support them. That viewpoint also faced immediate pushback. Plenty of people argued there was nothing unusual about one family member promoting another relative's work. From their perspective, Whitney's story looked exactly like what many families do every day by supporting one another's businesses online. They also reminded everyone that social media offers only a tiny glimpse into real life. Building an entire story about family relationships from one repost and one brief message, they argued, was simply taking things too far. As more people joined the discussion, the thread turned into an ongoing back and forth between those convinced there was hidden meaning and those who believed it was simply an ordinary family interaction. Just when the conversation appeared to be slowing down, another observation gave people something new to discuss. Several forum users noticed that Erin Payne and Carlin Stewart are now following each other on Instagram. That discovery immediately sparked another active thread, with many wondering whether the timing was connected to Whitney's earlier story. Others questioned whether people were simply combining unrelated events because they wanted to find a bigger narrative. Even without any additional information, the discussion continued growing as more followers added their own opinions. The comments soon became even broader. Some people believed Erin might genuinely be rebuilding relationships that had long been rumored to be strained within the family. Others returned once again to the idea that warmer public interactions could naturally help introduce Erin's skincare products to a larger audience if more relatives chose to mention them online. Several commenters even argued that recommendations from family members could be more valuable than paid advertising. Still, every one of those ideas remained personal opinion rather than confirmed fact, yet they continued fueling the discussion across multiple online threads. As if that wasn't enough, Katie Clark's name was eventually pulled into the conversation as well. Some forum users began speculating that changing dynamics within the Bates family might somehow have influenced Erin's relationships with other relatives. That theory immediately created another round of debate because many others insisted Katie had absolutely nothing to do with the situation. They argued that bringing her into the conversation only expanded speculation without adding any evidence. What had begun with breakfast tacos and a skincare package had now evolved into a discussion involving several different members of the Bates family, despite the lack of any public statements connecting them. Throughout all of the speculation, there were also voices encouraging a more balanced perspective. Those commenters pointed out that social media rarely tells the complete story. A follow on Instagram, a reposted story, or a short message of appreciation cannot fully explain what any family's private relationships are really like. They believed people were too quick to connect unrelated moments into one dramatic narrative simply because those moments happened around the same time. Their comments served as an important reminder that online activity often leaves room for assumptions that may or may not reflect reality. At this point, no member of the Bates family has addressed the theories circulating across online forums. The only confirmed events are straightforward. Whitney Bates shared Erin Payne's skincare products on her Instagram story. Erin reposted the story with the message, "Love you," and followers began discussing what those interactions might mean. Everything beyond those facts, including theories about reconciliation, business strategy, or changing family relationships, comes entirely from online speculation rather than confirmed information. That hasn't stopped the conversation from gaining momentum, though. What started as an ordinary morning filled with breakfast, homeschooling, and a package delivery unexpectedly grew into a much wider discussion involving Whitney Bates, Erin Payne, Carlin Stewart, Katie Clark, and years of lingering questions among followers. Whether this turns out to be nothing more than another social media moment or the beginning of a new chapter in how fans view the family remains to be seen. What do you think? Was this simply a thoughtful show of family support that people have overanalyzed? Or do you think these small online interactions could be hinting at something more? Share your thoughts in the comments below because we'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this update, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Bates family news and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.